I was once called John, but now they call me Savage because I'm so different. If one's different, one's bound to be lonely, I told Bernard one day. I'm from a place, a reservation, which is described as horrid by the people in civilization. They do not like the Indians, or the savages as we are called. They do not like our ways of hunting, dancing, aging, or loving. They prefer their world, a world where people are happy and blissfully ignorant of passion and old age. It's a world based on caste levels and human disparaging, a world where epsilons don't need human intelligence and there is an unescapable social destiny predetermined prior to birth. It's a world where people indulge in mere sexual pleasures and lack desires to learn of the past. Oh, it's such a brave new world. And hence, I do not belong. I am not an alpha, nor a beta, nor any of the lower castes. With my mother Linda and her polygamous manners, I did not belong with my Indians either. That is why I am here, so long as I can be alone.
We were alone without him, but he had already been out of our lives. He had already been gone for a while.
Could you describe what Phil was like, Helen?
I wish I could provide details that others did not, but I can't. He was my husband, my dearest, my high school sweetheart. Every day I made him an egg salad sandwich for lunch. He loved them. I ironed his suits every Sunday. He wore them all, each suit specifically assigned to each day of the week, except Saturday. Not Saturday, that's when he wore his sports jacket. I loved him, but I gave up trying to compete with his work years ago. He loved his job, yet he somehow never received a promotion.
He's eating lunch right now. I could see him, but he's too busy.
How do you feel about his job?
I thought I was blessed at first to find someone so committed to work. The bills were always paid on time and there was plenty of food on the table. But then I realized I somehow lost Phil, and I've been missing him all these years. The company took him over like a spider its many prey. He was ultimately subjugated in the modern corporate world where workers are impersonally labored and replaced. He stood no chance against the wrath of corporate conformity. He was a perfect type A, a workaholic, a classic, they said. But now he's gone.
This is the last one, the last page I will be writing. It will never be read, never be kept, never be remembered. So I have been taught. So are the ways of our society. So are the ways of Big Brother. I remember my thoughts from before the thought police took me. I felt like a lonely ghost, uttering a truth that nobody would ever hear, a truth that I thought then was right. I believed Emmanuel Goldstein was the sole guardian of truth and sanity in this world of lies. I felt love and compassion for another being. Yes, another being other than myself. I recall her name being Julia, I believe. But now I have seen the light. Big Brother has helped me. I have returned to do what everyone else is doing. Return to conformity, return to be suppressed. Yet I do have a sliver of, might I say it, opposition. It has already caused me so much, yet it remains present, submerged within the depths of my mind, hidden in the abyss of newly developed thoughts. I know I must rid of this, and quickly. There is no way of knowing whether you are being watched at any moment. Big Brother will know, and he will win.
This was how I liked it. The street was silent and long and empty. I slowly strolled through the neighborhood, calm but eerie as always. It was peaceful, at the least. I was always alone, never having met another person walking, not one in 10 years. Any presence of others shined through the gloomy, dark tomb homes, a light of heinous origin, the viewing screen. The others in the community, however, thought it of divine origin, a blessing like no other to own viewing screens and other gadgets of progress. Yet, over the years, the gadgets have become more fierce and metallic. The others have seemed to forget the true blessings of mankind, the gift of nature. And that is why I am here tonight, as I am every night. I seem to be the only one. The police car that incarcerated me that evening, too, could not fathom my aversion from progress. But it is merely because I believe progress should not supersede humanity. I seem to be the only warm ray of hope moving westward, with a shadow moving like the shadow of a vivacious woeful hawk amid this graveyard. Also, it did not classify my writing as a profession. It makes sense. I haven't written in years. Magazines and books don't sell anymore. But now, as I am locked in this cell, I understand that conformity will always prevail, no matter how determined the outcast is, and that humanity stands no chance to progress. I've been defeated.
As have I.
As had Phil.
Yet, as I am here at the lighthouse between Putnam and Elstead, I cannot be kept alone. There were whole days during which I never saw a human being, but somehow civilization has found me. They come in groups, increasing in sizes daily, and they watch me and laugh at me, and I cannot escape.
As the police car passed by my home, I could feel the radiance, the hope of humanity and nature, the hope that looked from the dullness and machines of the other homes. They were taking me away. Taking away the last bit of humanity, relinquished by the wrath of progress.
And this progress grants Big Brother his authority. By means of microphones and telescreens across the city, the party is able to monitor all of its members by the second. This technology ensures the subjugation of individuals like me. It merely facilitates the most diabolical evil.
But this evil will prevail. It always will. Phil was pressured to unhumanely work 70-hour weeks with no time for personal desires. He was taken over. And when he passed precisely at 3 a.m. on Sunday morning, I recall his manager asking for replacements that evening. The corporate world is merely a system where humans are labored in personally and incessantly, eventually replaced by others when the time is up.
I could not endure the visits, the abuse, the humiliation. I was not one of them. I was an outcast, still pressured to be suppressed by society. They chastised me and my ways, my clothing, my lack of caste, my creativity, everything, even my reading of Shakespeare. Yet, this was because they were naively unaware of its brilliance. They simply indulged in sexual pleasures and social stability.
I recalled the police's confusion as I stated writing as my profession. He then documented that I had no profession. Such a modern vehicle, a metallic symbol of progress with a hissing radio throat. Such a vehicle could not fathom the lovely arts of humanity, the arts of nature, the arts of writing. Progress has already surpassed humanity to the point where nature is unrecognizable. Truly, what are books in modern society?
Books, poems, text, essays, narratives, stories, news, literature, all of them altered. The texts of the past are not needed in the present, unless they are necessary to reinforce Big Brother's ideals. That is why we change and manipulate them. Who controls the past controls the future. Who controls the present controls the past. The chosen lie would pass into the permanent records and become truth.
It seems like the modern corporate world has become totalitarian, and Phil was its victim.
I was different and could not conform to such horrors. Yet, now I am punished.
Punished I was. In the end, the party would announce that 2 and 2 made 5, and you would have to believe it. And oh, I do. I love Big Brother.
I can take no more. The wrath of society is too overbearing, eventually suppressing the outcast, no matter his determination or individuality. Like locusts, the helicopters continue to arrive, giant grasshopper stepman disembarking and pointing. I always classified them as animals, but now I was the animal. I gripped the rope tightly, overwhelmed. I then leapt from the staircase, catching one last glimpse of sunlight as a noose tightened around my neck.